So I'm wondering now, in real time as I go, I haven't thought before. I'm wondering now what my life is now that I've decided to go MGTOW, men going their own way. So I've decided to not have a romantic relationship with the woman again in my life. So I won't have a relationship, I won't have sex, I won't get married, I won't have a girlfriend. And that is a big decision, quite clearly, and I'm wondering about lots of things, I suppose. I'm thinking that I've lived my life basically assuming that I would be in a relationship, assuming I'd be having sex and I'd have children and have marriage, etc. There was always like a default behavior. There was no thinking about the wisdom of having a relationship. It was just the way things would happen. And so I followed the script and I did the usual thing. And I got married, I had 2 children. I'm now in a position where I'm suffering the damage caused by a divorce. I think it's called divorce rate sometimes. So I'm in a bad position financially. I don't know the position with my children because I've had an injury and it affects my brain, so I don't know details. But I imagine that seeing the children will be difficult, being involved with the children properly will be difficult. I've yet to find that out, but I'm sure that will be the case. Financially and my house and flat, I'm sure those will be gone now. So life will be a challenge. So I'm wondering now about how I live my life and the choices I've made, why I made those choices. And I'm thinking that I did follow the script that nature laid down, in that I was focused on a woman, achieving a relationship, sex, and children were a default behavior, a default wish. So I just, but like a robot in a sense, I was just nature's tool doing as instructed. So I now, when I think about my life, I now feel that I wasn't in control of myself. I was just following a script laid down by nature. I'm wondering how I can help my son with any advice in his life, because he's gonna grow older and he's gonna have the same sexual urges, the nature's imperative that affects all men, and he'll want to have sex, and then children will inevitably result because precautions against it can sometimes fail, and he might want to have children anyway. It is strange. I do hope I can be useful to my son in life. My daughter, I don't know how to be helpful with her. I am, I suppose, now a MGTOW man going his own way. In my own life, I won't be having a romantic relationship with the woman again in life. I'm wondering how I can be a good father to my daughter. My views on relationships and the nature of women and the nature of society as regards gynocentrism. I'm concerned that I won't be useful to her as a father. So I do have some thinking to do on how I help my daughter grow up. My son, I want to give useful advice. I want to protect him from my fate. I want to impart wisdom to him. The problem is my wisdom is limited, shall we say. I know a lot, but I suppose there's a lot more to know. I just want him to make choices that he can be happy with as they play out. I want him to be a wise young man. I just hope that I can help properly. He can learn from my experience. I hope that things turn out well for him because life is not an easy business. So